Alright, as I said in my last couple of videos, I love rap music. I love rap music. But I do think that it's going downhill. And mainly this is because of my experiences as a teenager involving rap music. I wasn't that fond of rap music as a teenager. Actually, I still technically am a teenager, but in high school, I wasn't really that big of a fan of rap music. Mainly because I didn't have, like, access to a lot of it. I basically just saw what I saw on MTV. And my thoughts on rap music when I was watching MTV was basically that those guys don't look, dress, or sound like me at all. And it sort of caused me to go through a slight identity crisis. A slight racial identity crisis. Because whenever on TV people refer to black people, that's the image they bring up. They bring up the issue of rap artists. They bring up that image. And none of those guys looked, acted, or sounded like me at all. And for a while, it made me question, I hate to use this term, my blackness. And I would get picked on a lot because I didn't use slang. And because, I didn't dress like the guys in the videos did. I didn't look like them, and I didn't sound like them. And I would get picked on. And it would sort of make me question, certain aspects of my personality. And I sort of thought about this, and I said, you know what? Regardless of what those guys look and act like and dress like, I'm black. I can't change that. And although I may not have had the certain experiences that people think make you black, I haven't ever really had any confrontations with a police officer. I haven't. I don't hope to live in a neighborhood where I see drug dealers. And my parents worked hard so that I don't have to live in a neighborhood where there are drug dealers and where there's a lot of gang violence. My parents worked hard to put me in a situation where I don't have to, deal with that stuff. But, we are all tied to segregation and slavery. We're all tied to that. We can't change that. If any non-physical thing connects us as a race, it's that. And that we evolved in all of our ancestors, and through them, us, have suffered. And we have to deal with that. All that crap with the slang and how you dress and all of that stuff, that's not what makes you black. But in high school, when I was a teenager, I wasn't thinking like that. I sort of did go through this sort of identity crisis about that stuff. And that's why I think rap is going downhill, because it is becoming more and more focused on that stuff. And what makes it worse is I don't think that it's the rappers and African Americans who are perpetuating that stuff. I think that it's the commercialism of it. I think that it's MTV and the record labels who are seeing this image and realizing that they can make money off of it. They can make money off the stereotype. And because they can make money off the stereotype, regardless of how it affects young black people, young African American men and children and women who are like 14, 15, and 16, or just sort of coming into their own identities, it messes up how they think. And it skews their values. And that's why I think rap is sort of going downhill. Now, there are a couple of guys who I think are sort of going in the opposite direction, but that's why I think rap is going downhill. And I'm not necessarily saying that this is a new development, because it has been this way for a while. It didn't all of a sudden get screwed up. But at the same time, not only that, but I am for black music. I love certain rap artists. I love a lot of things about rap, but that's something I sort of had to deal with. And I still have to deal with. There are a lot of stereotypes in rap, and if you're young, you don't always know that those are stereotypes. You think that sometimes you think that's what being black is. And because you want to be proud to be black, which, great. That's a good thing. You know, that's great. But you have to sort of evaluate what is being black. You know, I'm proud that my ancestors survived their struggles. I'm proud of that. You know, I'm proud that despite it all, I'm here. Despite how much they suffered, I'm proud of that. You know, and you sort of have to figure out what that means and think through that. And that's not something that's easy. That's something that takes thought. And you know, if you look at a lot of rap music videos, they're sending out this wrong message. And I'm not saying that they should be censored, but I'm saying that rap artists who are in a position to sort of think about this message and sort of think about this stuff just should. You know, they should think about, okay, am I selling a stereotype to, you know, these kids who are impressionable? You know, I'm not. Now that said, if you grew up in an area where you know you had those experiences where you had to deal drugs, or where there was a lot of violence, and you want to write about it, good. Write about it. Express yourself. But if you're doing it just because it's a fast way to make a buck, because you know a record label will pay for it, I think that it's doing more harm than good. And that's sort of my opinion on, well, where, you know, rap music is going, or it has gone. And it's just something I'm thinking about. Like, every time I listen to a record, many of which I like, I love, you know, I have to sort of think about that, and think about, you know, where do I stand on those types of issues. So, there you go.